When I was a young kid growing up in Flint, Michigan, I'm the youngest of three. I have an older brother and an older sister. A very athletic family, just in general. I had an uncle, my dad's youngest brother. He ran track and he was an exceptional athlete, world-class talent, kind of guy that ran like a 9,400, a 20.9, 200 meters, if anybody are familiar with some of the track times. That's rare speed. He received an athletic scholarship to Texas Southern. His name is Roy Young. You can look in the Michigan Athletic High School Association record books. His name is still in those books. He ran those times, I would say maybe in 1976, 75. Very, 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 very talented young man. My uncle, my dad's brother, one of my heroes as a kid. He received an athletic scholarship to Texas Southern University, went to school, got kicked out of school, breaking in the candy machine, sent home, no more scholarships, a guy that drank milk every day. As time went on, his drink of choice changed. His life changed from good to bad. That was a good example for me of what not to do. Your life will be filled with decisions that you make every day. I don't believe in really pointing a finger. I look at the man in the mirror every day and hold him accountable for where he is today. That's what I do. Well, some people like to point the finger. I'm a self-accountable guy. Self-accountability to me is a really big thing. Don't blame anybody. Your life will be what you make it. That's my opinion. If you want something, you go get it. I don't believe in waiting on your ship to come in. I say you jump in the water, you swim to the ship you want to be on. That's what I think. My brother, 3 years older than me. My sister, 2 years older than me, went to college on a basketball scholarship to Bethune-Cookman College. She had a real good college career, and she graduated. She's a college graduate. My brother, the only brother that I have, good athlete, great athlete, really a big inspiration to me. He started as a varsity on the varsity football team. He started as a sophomore on the varsity football team. Ran like a 48 quarter as a freshman, sophomore. I mean, that's real impressive. To me, it was. He had some scholarship opportunities, and he decided, he told my mom and dad, I don't think I want to play sports anymore. I think I just want to, I don't know, get a job and work and be an adult. Trust me, stay a kid as long as you can. Being an adult is overrated. Take your time. There's a lot of responsibilities that comes with being an adult. Well, my dad worked in the plants. He worked for Fisher Body. So my brother, he didn't want to play. He didn't want to play sports anymore. He told my parents. I was in the back room looking through the door like, are you serious? You gotta be kidding me. He wants a job? Well, sure enough, they got him a job, and he went to Fisher Body, and he got on the line. Then he found out that going to work every day and having to be on time and work with a whole bunch of other adults and smoking and drinking and everything really wasn't that much fun. So he quit, but the scholarship opportunity were gone. A few years later, along I came. My brother, 3 years older than me, he wore me out. Every race. Anytime we played basketball, he wore me out. I went from scoring no points to, I got one today. Next time we played, I got 3. And I mean, I'd stay up at night dreaming and thinking and hoping, and one day I'm gonna beat him. I kept getting a little closer. Then got to the point where he couldn't beat me. He's never beat me again. I blocked the shot, made him go get the ball like he used to make me do all the time. I wear this ring right now from the Baltimore Ravens. And they were talking about, Jeff mentioned being a champion. It's not an accident that you turn out to be a champion. A lot of people look at professional athletes and they marvel at them. But what people fail to realize is that it just didn't happen overnight. I had a vision and a dream of becoming a football player at the highest level ever since I can remember. I started playing when I was 9 years old. And when I couldn't play, my older brother could play, I cried. I have a passion that burns in my heart for this game of football that will never go out. I'm 50 years old now, I'm still in football. It's been a great vehicle for me. I've met people all over the world, all over the country. I've competed against the best. There was some guy, how many Detroit Lion fans here tonight? There was this guy, when I was playing with the Jets, we came to play the Detroit Lions, and I was the kind of guy that, hey, I'm not putting any names on any jersey. The rules say if you got the ball, I get you. That's exactly what I plan to do. You had the ball, you better run. I'm going to try to get you. And when I get there, I'm going to have some bad intentions because I had to run all the way over here to get you. When we came to play the Detroit Lions, and I don't put any names on jerseys, but I went in at halftime and I was like, who in the world is number 20 for the Detroit Lions? They said this guy's name is Sanders. I said, oh, that's Barry Sanders. This guy was amazing. He didn't want to be touched, let alone tackled. But I had to prepare to play against a rare talent like that every week. 1 week, it was Barry Sanders. Next week, it was Walter Payton. The next week, it was Marcus Allen and Bo Jackson. The next week, it was Thurman Thomas. The next week, it was Eric Dickerson for the Los Angeles Rams at that time. Well, if I wasn't chasing them all across the football field, I was chasing Steve Largent, the wide receiver, Hall of Famer for the Seattle Seahawks. Jerry Rice for the San Francisco 49ers. Arthur Monk for the Washington Redskins. It was a privilege to have that experience and play against all those great players. But before I could ever get to that point, I had to have a vision. And I had to be focused and I had to stay the course. It's a long road from Flint Beecher High School to the National Football League. And you have to believe in yourself, nothing else. Whatever you do, believe in yourself. I was going to have to compete against the best, week in, week out, day in, day out. You can only do that if you prepare. Things, they just don't, you set the things you want to happen in your life in motion yourself. My mom, she never played any pro sports. My dad, he never played any pro sports. In fact, you know, there are some people in this country who take out their frustrations on the rest of society because dad wasn't around. And my dad left when I was probably 12 years old, if that. He might have left before then. Well, at that point, I didn't stand up and go, well, guess that's it for me. I'll just go out and be a bad person. Nope. At the end of the day, what I realized was my life is going to be what I make it. Whether I get up and go to school every day. I didn't miss any school. No. A big part of that is because my mother worked in the attendance office and I couldn't skip. I did not miss school. And it becomes habit for me, what you do every day. Let me tell you something. I worked hard. You are not going to get where you want to be without making sacrifice. Nope. Hey, man, I hope y'all have a good time. I got to work out. Because I had a vision, something they didn't have. That was my dream, my own dream. And I was going to be responsible for getting me where I wanted to go, not someone else. Hey, man, we're going to go over here to this party tonight, have a good time. Y'all go ahead, man. I got to work out in the morning. You got to give up stuff to get what you want. But you got to believe it. And you got to feel it, and it's got to burn with every fiber in your being to be the best that you can be, whatever that is that you do. I have identical twin boys, and I tell my sons, you like football? Play basketball. You have to love it. In order to get where you want to be, you got to be passionate about it, and it's got to mean everything to you. You speak the world you want into existence. I say every day, right now, I'm 50 years old. I've been in the National Football League for 24 years, and I am still dreaming today. A lot of people lose their dreams. The vision just fades away. That dream, that vision, it's what motivates you every day to get up, to go and have a purpose in life. People without a vision, they're lost. They have no purpose every day. When I get up, I know exactly what I want to do. I anticipate, and I will within the next 5 years or so, I will be a general manager in the National Football League and win another world championship. I'm telling you that today. You speak with conviction what you want. That's everything in your life. I have in my house, people think you just work hard and stuff, you just lucky, you fall. Nah, it didn't work that way for me. I really never considered myself a great athlete. I thought I was pretty good. But I never really considered myself a great athlete. I don't know, maybe if I was, I would have went in the first round instead of the 12th round. It was 10 people picked after me in the entire NFL draft. At that time, there was 12 rounds. When they called my name, I didn't hear it. I had gone to bed. There wasn't no cameras, wasn't no hats, wasn't no interviews. I'd gone to bed. By the time I got drafted, they was unplugging phones and wrapping up cords. Anybody want this kid at Michigan State, Lonnie Young? He's still out there. Well, the Cardinals took me. I went to camp, somebody hit me, and I hit them back. Then I started opening eyes. We had to run a conditioning test when I got to camp. And I don't know, the gun took off, and I took off like a bat out of hell, and I pulled about every muscle in my back, and I just kept running. They just said, okay, stop. I was still running. One thing I knew was that I couldn't go back to Flint, Michigan. I had no desire to go back to Flint, Michigan. In fact, on Monday night at the Ravens Lions game, they introduced this guy named Al Bubba Baker. He was one of the Silver Rush defensive linemen, great defensive lineman and a sack producer for the Detroit Lions. Well, my rookie year, I had gone to see Bubba Baker play when I was at Michigan State, so I knew exactly who he was. But when I got to the Cardinals and they drafted me, I was going into camp, and I was pulling everything that I owned, one suitcase full of all I had. And he was standing up, and I was trying to get my little luggage up the stairs, and I was pulling. And he goes, hey, man, you brought a lot of clothes to be a 12th round draft choice. I said, I ain't going home. 2 weeks into training camp, I was starting in the National Football League. It just takes a commitment to yourself. Your life is worth that commitment. It really is. You got to believe in yourself. Have faith. Make the commitment. Do the right thing. It's not that hard to do the right thing. Don't look for the easy way out. Do the work.